Hey guys, Mike here, Professional Security Journal. It's June 8th, 3:08 a.m. And I know, like, the vast majority of my YouTube videos, as of late at least, have been basically, hey, how have I been, during X amount of duration since last video. But, well, this one's on a lighter note, actually. Um, So, as most of you are aware, about middle of March, I think the exact date was March 18th or 19th. Um, on my work Monday, I took a dive off my bike. I flat out broke my arm. I fell on the ball of my elbow. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick it up, but ooh, I myself actually can barely see the damn scar. But anyways, yeah, I think you can. I think the camera will kind of pick it up, but right about here. I'm pointing to it with my middle finger. Yeah, I'm saying fuck you guys. No, I'm kidding. um, yeah, right about where my middle finger is the scar that even I can barely see. Actually, physically looking at my own arm. So yeah, it'll probably be gone soon. I broke my fall with my elbow. So when I took the dive off the bike, I totally shattered the bones, and more or less, I had to go under the knife. I had surgery, and they flat out, they opened me up. They put, I think, two or three screws. They screwed my bones back together, because when I went down, I shattered stuff, and I totally fucked the alignment internally on my stuff. So yeah, the doctor, the surgeon, had to flay me open, and they opened me up, and they screwed the bones back into alignment. Basically, they screwed me back together, literally. But May 20th, if I have my dates correct, without physically looking at a calendar right now, May 20th was my first day back on the job. So, you know what? My phone's propped up on my laptop screen, so give me a moment here. Yeah, May 20th was my first day back on duty, Wednesday, May 20th. And I wrapped up my I just wrapped up my third week back on the job. As a matter of fact, normally I work Wednesday through Sunday, but I actually had Sunday the 7th yesterday off. In a couple of hours, I'm actually getting back, not getting back on the bus, but, since Saturday, I'm going to be returning to property, because actually this Monday through Friday, I'll be at the Casino Security Academy. So this job I've been highly emotional about, and I've been highly grateful that my friend who was my shift manager, he has since resigned. He dipped out of the casino. He resigned from his position while I was out on med leave from March to May when I returned back to work. He left during my med leave, so but I'm very thankful to my friend for bringing me back bringing me into the organization, bringing me into the casino, because this is the first time in my security career I've had supervisors that believe in me, that trust in me, trust the choices I've made, trust in more or less, they trust in me, and they give me the autonomy that the position brings, as far as they don't need to look over my shoulder, because I have heard in the past about other officers who basically know the managers are like micromanaging them, looking over their shoulder to make sure that they're actually doing their shit. When obviously, as a bike patrol officer, that should bring a sort of amount of autonomy and trust. Solely by having that position, you should be able to have a certain level of autonomy and trust, because you're on the outside of the casino, you're on your bike. So the choices you make, your management has to be able to trust in you, this and that. This is the first time in my 9-year security career. I always say I'm going on 8 to 9 years now, depending on how you want to look at it. Because, of course, my Y is 1 October 2017, the Las Vegas shooting. I survived that event. That's what made me go into security. I started my career in 2018, yada, yada, yada. So I kind of made the choice to go security in 2017 in light of October, but I didn't really physically start in security until 2018. So that's why I always say I'm I'm X going on, I'm X going on X years. So this is 8 going on 9 years now. But yeah, this position that I've had since January, um, I cherish the job. I truly do love the job. I love the hell out of Bike Patrol, and I wouldn't trade this job for the world, to be honest. But more than my being giddy and passionate about the job, it's the supervisors for me that truly make the position. As far as, there's one supervisor who I already have an inside joke with because he scared the crap out of me before I broke my arm. So now it's kind of an inside joke between us. And yeah, so the fact that I'm going through Security Academy tells me they're going to more or less, I've made it. As far as they're going to keep me on the job, they're putting me through training. So I'm going to have less lethal on my duty belt soon. My firearm date, the firearms portion of the job, since we're one of the very few casinos on the Las Vegas Strip that actually carry firearms. I'm an armed bike, or I'm supposed to be an armed officer. I'm supposed to be armed bike patrol. We're one of the very few casinos that have armed on the outside. So my firearm state is TBD, to be determined. But as this Monday through Friday will certify me at the very least and less lethal. So soon I'll be checking out the OC spray. Soon I'll be checking out the baton. Pardon me here. No. Soon I'll be, having an actual duty belt. So that'll be fun. But yeah, them putting me through the academy tells me they're going to keep me around. They trusted me. And there's one supervisor who I really try so hard not to sound like a kiss ass about any position in general, but there's one supervisor who I really appreciate and look up to, and dare I say it, I adore. I love his leadership style. I love the fact that he checks up on me. He's pulled me off the side a couple of times, and he's shown genuine care about me. And I've been very open about my eczema, the dry skin issue that I was born with. I've been very open about it in this YouTube channel. That does bleed into work. And this supervisor with the other supervisor that I've just mentioned, the supervisor I have an inside joke with, those two have pulled me out before I broke my arm, before I went down in March. Those two basically dragged me into a room, and they took me to the side and they asked me, "Hey, what's going on?" And I'm like, well, I don't know what goes on with me in particular, but when the eczema, it flares up. When I sweat, the eczema it inflames up, inflammation, and I'm just sitting here looking like one of these crack. I jokingly said to them in that sit down, I'm not gonna lie to you. When my eczema gets inflamed, I look like one of these crackheads that were kicking off property, because I'll sit here and I'll just fucking scratch everywhere. I've done it in this YouTube channel, I know. I'll sit here, I'll be scratching on camera as I'm, filming these videos, and it's very fucking embarrassing for me. And it's an issue I deal with on duty, especially being in Las Vegas now. There are times since I've come back these last 3 weeks where I'll sit there and, I'll just be like, either standing by the bike, or I'll still be kind of like hovering over my bike seat, and I'll be standing over the bike, and I'll just be sitting here scratching my shoulders. Because when I'm out there in the Las Vegas heat actively biking around the casino as I'm doing my thing, I call it orbiting the casino, as I'm sitting here, I don't know what it's been lately, but my sweat, it actually goes to like the top kind of collarbone clavicle area where, a vest would normally sit. So it's gotten really bad kind of up here, shoulders and everything, and that's where I'll just be sitting here reaching down my shirt and I'll be scratching. So I've asked Google AI certain things. I'm going to be developing a care kit for myself that I'll keep in my pannier bag. Those are the rear bags, the cargo bags that you see. I'm going to be developing a care kit for myself that'll go in my rear pannier bag on my bike. And, occasionally I'll have to sneak off to take care of myself and, actually use that care kit and take care of the eczema while on duty and whatnot. Ask for a quick 10-100, maybe take 5-10 minutes in the bathroom or something and just quickly, utilize the care kit and, use a stopgap to take care of myself while I'm on the job, during shift. But the fact that despite all of the issues they're keeping me, and the simple fact that they trust in me, they trust in my abilities, they trust in my resume, they trust in my credentials, it means a lot to me. Within the last week and a half or so, it was like 2 Thursdays ago. It was like, I'm actually gonna look at the calendar. I'm sorry. I'm utilizing the calendar a lot this video because I just want to give context. May 21st, two-ish Thursdays ago, I was given the day off because I went through first aid, and first aid was like 8:30 to like 2:30, 3 o'clock. And I happened to see the supervisor, who I don't have an inside joke with, the supervisor that I adore, and he said, and I flat out asked him, hey, I got my uniform in my backpack here. Do you want me to change out or go? And he's like, no, you're good, man. Take the day off. You're good. I'm like, okay, thank you. So I was given that Thursday off, and here we are now. I was given the 7th of June off. I was given Sunday yesterday off, and Monday through Friday this week, I'll be going through the academy. And like I just mentioned, after academy, I'll be, certified and authorized to carry a national duty belt now. Handcuffs, pepper spray, baton, all of it. So that's where I've been since the last video I made. It's more or less been a combo of, I was kind of wrapping up my med leave, and then I reached out to HR like the very day I walked out of the doctor's office with my clearance note. I flat out called work, and I'm like, HR, I just got it. How do I? HR could hear the excitement about my voice. The HR representative was like laughing, going, "You're ready, aren't you?" I'm like, "I have been going crazy, clawing at the walls. I really want to go back to work." So, yeah, Wednesday, the May 20th, was my first day back after getting clearance on the 18th to actually return back to work. So it's been a good almost month now back to work. I couldn't be happier. Now, there is something that I'm keeping in the back of my head as far as I don't want to like announce it to YouTube yet, but there is a big decision that I've made that I'm going to wait a little bit on to I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm talking over myself basically. I have a big decision that I've made up in my mind as far as my career, my life choices down the road. And I'm gonna wait to announce that, to actually film a video and announce that on my YouTube. But yeah, I need to do some things in my apartment, and I need to settle a little bit of things, and actually do some maneuvering, do some gear furniture maneuvering around in my apartment before I actually announce that life decision that I've made for myself. But all in all, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I'm back to work. I'm very happy that I have supervisors and authority that trusts in me, believes in me. They've been encouraging of me since I came back on the job. I've been stumbling a little bit just because it's been like, hey, I was gone for 2.5 months. A shitload of rules have changed, and I'm kind of learning things. I'm like refreshing on old stuff, and then I'm also like having to be corrected because like, hey, this changed while you were gone. I realized you were operating on old info, but while you were gone, this changed. Here's the new protocol. I'm like, oh, sorry. Like, no need to apologize. We're basically correcting you on the fly. That's been our thought process with you. So we are sorry. We're kind of doing this with you. They've one supervisor I see 2 days of the week, he was like, I don't want to say it's on us. I'm not blaming us, but it is kind of on us because with you, we're more or less like, as things come up, we're correcting you. So it's not like, hey, you're fucking up. It's kind of like, we're fucking up, but we're not really fucking up. It's just, we're not correcting things until, oh, X happened. But the reason why X happened is because he was operating on old protocol. Here's the new. Oh, okay, thanks, guys. Sorry. You're good. It's that type of thing. So, yeah. That's really all I got for this video. I just more or less want to touch base. Yeah, hi, I'm still alive. Yeah, hi, I still plan on being on YouTube. But, yeah, in a couple of hours, I'll be on the bus back to the casino. And Academy Day 1 today. Very excited. Some admin updates on this channel really quick. This video's gone on for 15 minutes. I am building a new duty belt, and as I get the pouches, as I build that duty belt, I want to shout out the companies that I'll be using on that duty belt soon. So as I build that duty belt, once I have certain pouches, I'll make a video, and I'll be like, hey, I just got this pouch in. Here's why I picked this pouch. Or I might go over my spreadsheet in a YouTube video and be like, this is why I picked this set of gear. The duty belt's gonna be all Kydex. And yeah, as I get pouches and I field test them and this and that, I'm gonna make one big video saying this is I am gonna make a spreadsheet video, basically go through each product and be like, this is why I picked this product. And then I'll spend some time with the product, and then I'll come back to, this is this Mac pouch. It's a good Mac pouch. Here's the reasons why. After, say, a month of using it on duty, I love this pouch. Here's why. So I'm going to be making a spreadsheet video, and I'm going to be going over in my entire duty belt the choices I've made, why I picked this, blah, 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 blah. And then after, say a month of that pouch being on my duty belt, that pouch will get its own individual video, and I'll be like, this is a good product, here's why. Yeah, I know I'm saying the same thing twice. That's a bad habit I have even in my general life. But, we'll be going back to the drawing board on this YouTube channel soon. And I'll be getting an actual studio setup soon, as far as, the mic arm. I'll be getting, a Rode DJI mic you see all the, video game content creators and all them use. I'm going to be getting a shirt mic eventually, so I plan on jazzing up, sprucing up, getting more professional in this YouTube channel. Now that I'm back to work, now that I'm collecting full paychecks again, yada, 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 I'm going to work on what I have to work on in life, and then I can work on basically my wants, the needs for the wants. I got bills I got to catch up on, certain things I was putting off, yada, yada, yada. So once life is sorted out now, back on full paychecks, I can go to those wants. And, but soon enough, basically, I won't be talking to you guys on my iPhone anymore. I'll be talking, into the DJI mic or whatever. So I'm going to work on professionalizing stuff. And around my apartment here, I'll be developing an actual studio setup within the apartment. So that's one thing that I'm going to be doing here in the near future is getting actual furniture in my apartment that'll I can actually have a desk setup. I can actually have a studio setup. Those are the main number one things I want for my apartment. But yeah. Just my quick off-the-cuff admin updates for this channel. I got to take care of life before the channel and yada, yada, yada. Priorities, more or less. I call it triaging my priorities in everyday life. So those priorities have been triaged, and I plan on becoming more active back on YouTube now that, I'm not depressed just sitting in my box. That's why I was jokingly calling my apartment as I was on med leave. No, I'm not sitting in my fucking box anymore. Depressed as shit, just sitting here in my box, so to speak. I plan on, coming back to YouTube, becoming more active again. So you guys will see a more steadier stream of YouTube content now that we're back in good spirits. We're back to our cheery old selves. But yep, almost 20 minutes. Sorry for the duration. This is Mike, your professional security journal. Y'all stay safe out there. Take it easy in the profession and all that y'all do. Stay situationally aware. Stay vigilant. If I haven't said it, take pride in all that y'all do out there. I know I already said that. But yeah. Sorry, guys. This is Mike, your professional security journal. Take it easy. See you on the next one.